If you have any experience in the streaming world, whether it's on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, you might already be a little familiar with the issues that I'm about to talk about. Of course, that's DMCA takedowns. And love it or hate it as a platform, Facebook Gaming claims that they have the solution to this issue. So let's talk about it. Now, I think that before we can talk about how Facebook is trying to fix DMCA takedowns, we should probably get a little bit more into what a DMCA takedown is and how that all works. So when you're streaming, or even just watching a stream, you might notice that a lot of streamers like to use background music to help set the mood of their content, or, a lot of games have soundtracks, and a lot of those soundtracks include songs that you know and love. That's where things start to get a little bit complicated. When you start up a stream, as soon as you hit that go live button, you're creating a piece of original content. When you decide to use background music, you're taking a piece of original content from somebody else and claiming it as your own. If that background music that you're deciding to use has a copyright, especially if that copyright is held by a bigger publisher, that's where you start to get into some trouble. Unless you have explicit permission from the holder of the copyright of that music, you're violating the DMCA laws. The platform that you're uploading your content to, whether it's Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, is responsible for that content that exists on their platform, meaning that any claims or litigation is going directly to them. That's why Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube all have an algorithm that can detect whether or not you're using copyrighted music in your streams or videos. And I know that as a content creator, nothing is more frustrating than finishing up an absolutely amazing stream. Chat was popping off, the content was killer, and then boom. 50 minutes of your 3-hour stream are muted because the algorithm decided to flag your stream for a DMCA takedown. That's exactly what Facebook says that they have the solution for. So let's dive a little bit deeper into what they have to say. So on September 14th, 2020, Facebook Gaming announced a new feature for partnered creators, allowing them to include music from a catalog of huge record labels in their content. Big name labels like Universal Music Group, Sony Music Entertainment, and Warner Music Group, just to name a few. When this was announced, it was absolutely huge. This essentially meant that all partnered creators on Facebook Gaming now had a license to almost any music they wanted on their streams with zero chance of a DMCA takedown happening to their video, with the exception of a few restricted tracks. So if we flash forward to September 2nd, 2021, almost a full year later, Facebook Gaming announced that they're expanding this access to use copyrighted tracks to all Facebook Gaming partners and Level Up creators, and that's just absolutely massive. This means that almost all creators on Facebook Gaming can use copyrighted music as background music on their streams and video content, with the limitation that it's used as exactly that, background music. So, on September 2nd, just a few hours after the announcement, I decided to put this to the test myself. I set up a stream as I normally would, except this time, I had a playlist queued up in iTunes with some more well-known tracks. I started it all off with some Metallica, and by the time that song was over, my stream still hadn't been shut down. I was just absolutely shocked, sitting there thinking, oh my god, they actually did it. Facebook fixed DMCA. After a few more songs, with the same result, everything was going great. We're playing some Grand Theft Auto 5, jamming out to Mr. Crowley by Ozzy Osbourne, and it happened. The notification popped up on my screen that my stream was blocked in 248 countries for playing Mr. Crowley with a copyright claim by Sony Music Entertainment, one of the main labels that was called out in both announcements. And I can't say I'm surprised. I figured it would be the case. The announcement must be too good to be true. So at that point, I just decided to dive a little bit more into it and see if there were any other content creators having some of these same experiences. Lo and behold, I'm far from the only one that was having these issues. Hitman Gaming, a very prominent figure on Facebook who'd been very vocal about Facebook gaming as a platform and wanting to help fix some of these issues, kind of give Facebook some perspective on what a lot of these creators are dealing with, had the exact same issues just a few minutes after the announcement, as well as countless other creators in the comment section on these posts. So my question mainly to Facebook is, why would you make this huge announcement claiming to have fixed an issue that so many creators are so frustrated with, and it doesn't work? Facebook is getting all these props and applause for fixing this issue that's plagued so many content creators for so long, and it doesn't work. Now, overall, I think that Facebook has good intentions. I think that their head's in the right place. I think that it's going to be a system that does work eventually, and that DMCA takedowns can definitely be a thing of the past, but not until the solution actually works. And I think that until it does work, I'm just going to stick with copyright-free tracks for now. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I'm super interested in all the different perspectives on this. And if you want to hear more news in the content creation world, make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell. I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to talk about.